Hello everyone. I'm Holly and this is Allison. We are the IHI event project coordinators. Welcome to our card making event. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the chat below. We have some executives that are able to answer questions, and we can also answer questions during the live. So we'll just head right into the slideshow. Sorry about this. We need to go right to the front. Yes, welcome to our card making event. It is run by the Brock University chapter of Institute for Healthcare Improvement and the Brock chapter of Crafting for a Cure.
So we're just going to go over today's plan. We're going to start with an overview of the event and then include a message from us and our partners. We're also going to give you advice onto how to construct a card and then the process of what you're actually going to do with the card once you're finished it, and then tell you a little bit about the two organizations that are working together to run this event for you.
So here's just a nice general breakdown of the card making process. So the first step is making the card, so that's you. And using the printed template, you will handwrite and design cards, letting those affected by isolation know they are not forgotten. The second part is the assembly of the cards. So that's with the Brock IHI Club and Crafting for a Cure. They will receive the scanned cards and insert them into pre-made cards. And then finally, we have distribution. So Brock IHI has actually established unique pathways for sending those cards to our partners, and those are following Brock's COVID protocols and guidelines.
So we just want to thank you for taking time out of your day to participate in this event. We know that everyone's lives are pretty busy right now, and just the fact that you're here and willing to help this awesome cause says so much about who you are. As you know, COVID-19 has had a huge effect on all individuals, and the goal of this event is to target the seniors in the community who are isolated because of the pandemic. We hope you have so much fun crafting, and we look forward to seeing your beautiful cards once they get sent to us. So now we're just going to talk about the process of constructing the card. You're going to start with the template that we've mentioned a little bit before. You can access it using the link that we have here. It's also in our link tree, which you can find in our Instagram bio. Our Instagram is @BrockIHI, and it's also on our Facebook under the heading Card Template.
So next up is a question a lot of people have been asking, and it's, what do I write in my card? So we're actually going to provide you with some tips and guidelines about what to put in your card. So here we go. The first one is do not include the date. These cards will be sent later in the next following month, so we don't want to include the date. Next up is using a large legible print. We also don't want you to be afraid to be personal. They really will appreciate it. And the tip for that is kind of to act like it's a conversation. So what would you talk to a stranger about? So you can tell them a bit about yourself, what you're studying. You could share your favorite joke, poem, lyrics, or share some thoughts you're having at the time. Our next tip is to be thoughtful and caring. We recommend that you don't say things like, I hope you get better, as sometimes that may not be the case. Instead, we want you to let the people know that there's people thinking of them, that care about them, and let them know that they are loved. And finally, we want you to be creative. So throw in some arts and some doodles. You'll see here on this slide that there's some really great kind of inspiration. There's great large print, lots of flowers, doodles, and lots of creativity. This is another great slide showing you some examples. So you can see this one on the left here is talking about the changing of the seasons, sending best wishes and hopes, and you even have a nice cute doodle tree. This one in the middle here actually highlights how great this large legible print is. This person decided to talk about what they're looking forward to in the fall. So they mentioned they had tickets for a concert with their boyfriend in a couple months, and they were really excited about it. And then finally on the right here, it was a great show of creativity, using some of those live plants and features when they were scanning their letter actually. And we have to remember is some of these people have been stuck in care homes or hospitals, and they may not have had the chance to go outside as much as they normally do. So it's really great for you to bring the outside inside.
So after you complete your card, what are you going to do with it? Well, you're going to scan the completed template. You can either use your printer or an app on your cell phone or other electronic device. And then we ask that you email it to us, which can be found here. It's brockihi@gmail.com. And you can send as many cards as you want. The more the merrier. We want to reach as many people as possible. So if you have time and you're willing, we would appreciate as many cards as you're willing to make. And we also want to be able to see pictures of your crafting progress. So as you're crafting them right now, DM us a picture, DM Crafting for a Cure, and we'll be happy to share that to our Instagrams and social media channels because we want to see how beautiful they are.
So right now you kind of have everything you need to know in order to make your card. This video will be posted, obviously, for you to refer to later. But right now, if you want to buckle in, grab your pencils and crayons and start coloring, we're going to talk a bit about Brock's chapter for the Institute of Healthcare Improvement and the Crafting for a Cure chapter as well. So first up, this is about our club, the Institute of Healthcare Improvement. So this is a chapter of the Institute of Healthcare Improvement, which is an international organization. You may also be hearing us refer to it as IHI. So IHI focuses on quality improvement in healthcare. And our chapter is specifically focusing on addressing issues in the Niagara region, such as homelessness, the aging population, the opioid crisis, and other issues. Now, kind of breaking down what IHI actually does and kind of our plans for this year, first up is campaigns. So something like the event we're running right now. It's initiatives that will include both community outreach and Brock-centered projects, and we're always open to hearing new project and event ideas. So if you want to become a part of this club and tell us idea, we're looking forward to hearing it. Next up is speaker panels. So we have connected with many industry professionals and created panels to discuss current hot topics and issues in the healthcare community. And finally, one of the major pillars I think of our club is QI, or Quality Improvement Education. So this is kind of the education you get through the club that we can apply to our campaigns and help you have better discussion with those speaker panels. So they are online modules by the Institute of Healthcare Improvement, and members will work towards completing those modules and getting a basic certificate in quality improvement from the Institute of Healthcare Improvement. So that's enough about the Institute of Healthcare Improvement. We'll move over to Crafting for a Cure.
Yeah, so as Holly mentioned, now we're going to talk about Crafting for a Cure. It's a not-for-profit registered charity that looks for opportunities to ensure children are having a positive experience when they're in the hospital if that's necessary for them. So they have product donations and community fundraising that the club creates supply craft kits to children and youth in emergency rooms, clinic treatment rooms, operating waiting rooms, and mental health clinics. And then just breaking down their club a little bit more. So they look at fundraising, they organize a variety of other projects and events, which generates funds for them to be able to operate the clubs and initiatives that they have. They're in the process of planning a few fun fundraisers and giveaways, so they want you to keep an eye out for a possible craft sale this fall. And if you have an idea for a giveaway or event, just reach out to them and they're more than willing to take a look at what you have to say. They also do crafting during their bi-weekly meetings. They do an introduction and then have fun activities with crafting to follow. And it's a big part of what they do, and it's a very mindful activity. It helps you kind of relax and just slow down a little bit during our busy days. And then another big part of their club is outreach. So they reach out and collaborate with hospitals and other organizations that they referred to before. They have a lot of partnerships with other clubs like IHI, as well as many other on campus and community organizations, and they're committed to spreading awareness for the next generation of volunteers, which is really awesome. So this here, you can just find their social media channels. They gave us their Facebook name, their Instagram username, and also their email that you can take a screenshot or refer back to this video if you're interested in contacting them, whether that be to join the club or for a question. They're more than happy to have you reach out to them.
And if you're interested in joining the Brock's chapter of Institute of Healthcare Improvement, our club meets approximately once every 2 weeks to discuss progress on modules and plan events. You'll see here we have our Facebook, Brock University chapter of IHI Open School, and our Instagram at Brock IHI, and our YouTube page, which you are currently on. So you can reach out to us if you have any questions regarding the club or the card making event. So we would just like to thank you for joining us today. We hope you're staying safe, and we really look forward to seeing your beautiful cards that you're making. Thanks.